truly a great day for Montana Tech. It's a day in which we have the privilege of honoring Frank and Ann Gilmore as we add a new building to our campus infrastructure. This building stands as testament to the power of teamwork and the generosity of many donors.
Like all of us in the course of life, we have been impacted at some point in some time by some person in our past, perhaps a school teacher like Angela McLean, Board of Regents, or an uncle or a professor. Often we don't even realize at the time that impact that person will have. But at some point in the journey, we look back and reflect and realize that our current situation is a result of some turning point of having been in contact with this person. And hopefully you have taken the time to visit with them or write them a letter or just say thanks. We appreciate your wisdom in making sure Tech stayed within its means. At the same time, thank you for having the foresight and willingness to go after funding for the NRB, the Hyper, the Health Sciences Building, and the MG Update. And oh, how can we forget the Frank and Ann Gilmore University Relations Center.
I think it's been a long dream for everyone to get to this point and get everybody into this one building and move forward for Montana Tech. And I'm just proud to have been a part of it and get to continue being a part of it too.
George Washington said, "The result tests the work." And in this case, the work is the totality of effort from every person on this team that I worked with. I am very proud to be just a part of that team. This project represents more than a new facility for the multiple university agencies, but the culmination of my education and my experience that started right here in Butte, Montana at this university, Montana Tech.
Senator Baucus wanted to join with all of you, but unfortunately he was not able to attend. Before the Senate adjourned last month, the Senator did a statement for the congressional record to honor both Frank and Ann. Mr. President, Henry Ford once said, "Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young."
Governor Brian Schweitzer and the Governor's Office of Economic Development recognize and commend Chancellor Frank and Ann Gilmore, who was the first Chancellor and 10th leader of Montana Tech, on the dedication of the Frank and Ann Gilmore University Relations Center. In their 44 years in higher education, including their 13 years at the helm of Montana Tech, Frank and Ann Gilmore have dedicated their lives to the advancement of student education, technology research and development, and industry-university cooperation. And this building stands in testimony to that in their name.
Now, as far as what does this University Relations Center mean to, to the foundation, mean to me as an alumni and part of the foundation? First thing I would tell you is, I'm going to just state the obvious. It's actually a big, beautiful, very professional looking building. And it's going to house our foundation employees, and it houses the other functions that Frank ran through. But the foundation has become very successful, and they've really built on the past. Frank took the foundation a long ways, and the foundation will be in here. And I mean, a nice office space is a great plus, so that should help us retain and keep good employees, and we absolutely need that, going forward.
This center will serve to further your legacy of connecting Montana Tech with alumni, the community, and the world brimming with opportunity out there. On behalf of all Montanans, I want to thank you for both of your commitments, for educating Montana's scientists, engineers, teachers, and business owners. Thank you both.
It was a wonderful 13 years because of the people that we had the opportunity to work with here. Really great employees, really great students. The Montana Tech student body is one of the most articulate I've had the privilege of working with, and I've spent 44 years in higher ed. So working with the students here was indeed a pleasure. Working with the faculty and staff here was, for almost all cases, an absolute delight and a real pleasure, and I thank all of you for it.
In the 13 years as the Chancellor's wife, I can say it was maybe some of the very best years of my life. I'm a person who really likes to be involved. I thrive on being involved in things, and I delight in being with people. And I got to do both.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh.